Hello students, how are you all doing? Hope that you must be fine and well. Today we are doing a sum from JEE Advanced 2015. The sum reads like this. Consider the family of all circles whose centers lie on the straight line y equals to x. If the family of circles is represented by the differential equation p y double dash q y dash plus 1 equals to 0, then which of the following statement or statements are true? The statements are given like this. A. P is equals to y plus x. B. P equals to y minus x. C is P plus Q equals y minus x plus y dash plus y dash squared. D. P plus Q equals x plus y minus y dash whole squared. Out of these four options, there may be more than one correct option to the answer. So we have to find out which options are correct for the given question. Okay, so how we will do this sum? See here. Here it is given that the center of the circle lie on this line, that is y equals to x. So here x coordinate and the y coordinate of the center are equal. Okay, so let the center of the circle, okay, let the center of the circle is equals to C H. Okay, so because x is equals to y, so both the x coordinate and y coordinate are equal. So we are assuming that the center is H. Okay, and radius, let the radius of the circle be r. So the equation of the circle will be what? So the equation of the circle will be equals to x minus the x coordinate of the center, that is x minus h whole square, plus y minus the y coordinate of the center minus h whole square is equals to r square. So this is the equation of the circle. So we will now the differential equation of this equation of the circle is given here. Py double dash plus qy dash plus 1 equals to 0. Y dash means d squared y by dx squared, and y dash means dy by dx. So here what we will do first, we will find the differential equation of this equation of the circle. Okay, so there are two variables here, constants, x, y are variable. Here two constant h and r are the constant. We will eliminate this h and r from the equation of the circle. Okay, and change and find the differential equation of the circle. Okay, so there are the two constants, okay, h and r. So a second degree differential equation will be formed. Okay, so how we will find out the differential equation? See here. Okay, so this equation is suppose 1. So differentiating with respect to x, the equation 1. Okay, so what we will have here when we are differentiating? So 2 will come down, h minus h, here power will decrease by 1, so power will be 1 plus 2, and when we are differentiating x minus h, we are getting 1. So no need of writing 1, okay, into 1. So this will be the same thing. Here 2 is coming down, y minus h, and when we differentiate y minus h by the chain rule, so we will have here dy by dx, which is y dash. Okay, so y dash, okay, and here r is a constant, so its differential coefficient will be 0. Okay, so this is the the first differential, okay, here the we have differentiated this first one time, so we have to differentiate it twice because there are two constants. Okay, so first I am expressing h, okay, in terms of the variable and the differential coefficient. So here dividing throughout by 2, so here 2 and 2 will cut out. So what we will have, h minus h plus y into y dash, okay, y into y dash minus h y dash will be equals to 0. Now I am taking h terms that side of the equation, so this will become h plus y into y dash will be equals to h plus h y dash. Okay, so from here we are getting, I am writing this side. Okay, so h common from here, so we will have 1 plus y dash is equals to x plus y into y dash. Okay, so what will be the value of h? So the value of h will be x plus y into y dash divided by 1 plus y dash. Okay, so okay, this is the value of h. Okay, so I am writing the h value here, okay, at the top, because we will need it in the further solution. So I am writing h here. H is equals to x plus y into y dash divided by 1 plus y dash. Okay, so this is the value of h. Okay, now here the differential equation was what? H. Okay, this differential equation first differentiation, what we have got the equation, x minus h plus y minus, okay, y minus h into y dash was 0. So we are differentiating it again. Okay, so what we will have here, we will differentiate this, it will become 1. Okay, and because the x differential coefficient is differentiation is 1, h is a constant, it will be 0. And here we will have what? Here y minus, so there are the two functions. So first I am differentiating this, okay, y dash. So this will become y minus h into y dash, y dash, okay. So its differential coefficient will be y dash double dash, okay. And when we are differentiating this, we will get y dash, okay, and h will be a constant, so this will be 0 differential coefficient into y dash. Okay, so that is because the product of the two functions we differentiate like this, first function into the differential coefficient of the second function, so it is y dash plus second function into the differential coefficient of the first function, that is y dash. Okay, so we are getting here 1, okay, plus y minus h into y double dash plus y dash into y dash is y dash squared. Okay, so we are getting like this. So I will now eliminate h by putting the value this. So from here I am writing here, okay, so this will become 1 plus here y I am writing y, and in place of h I am substituting this value. Okay, so this will become in bracket x plus y into y dash divided by 1 plus y dash, okay, into what? Y double dash into y double dash plus y dash whole square become 0. So we have eliminated both the variables. Okay, so we have eliminated both the constant we have eliminated. So this will be the final differential equation of the final differential equation of the circle. Okay, so this is the final differential equation of the circle. So now I am removing the denominator from here. Okay, so what we will have, we will multiply throughout with sorry, here I am first taking the 1 plus y dash LCM from here, okay, in bracket. So this will become y will be multiplied with 1 plus y dash. So this will become y plus y into y dash, and this is some minus sign before the bracket. So both the terms sign will change. So this will become minus x minus y into y dash whole multiplied with y double dash plus y dash whole square become 0. Okay, so now multiply throughout with 1 plus y dash. So when we are multiplying throughout with 1 by y dash, so what we will have here, it will become 1, okay, plus 1 into 1 plus y dash is 1 plus y dash plus here y dash double dash. So this minus y dash and y dash, and here plus y plus y dash minus y dash is cutting out. Okay, so this y into y double dash. So this will become, okay, so this will become y minus x into y double dash plus 1 plus y dash will be multiplied with this. Okay, so this will become y dash whole square plus y dash into y dash whole square will become y dash whole cube will be equals to 0. Okay, now see, we will take y dash common from these three terms. Okay, and so what we are having, y minus x into y double dash, and here y dash I am taking common from here on. So after taking y dash common, so what we will have here, y dash whole square, and here we will have y dash, okay, and here y dash common, so this will become 1 into y dash, okay, plus 1 is equals to 0. From these three terms, this term and this term, I have taken y dash common. So from here when I have taken y dash common, I have got y dash whole square. From here when I have taken y dash common, so I have got y dash, and from here when I have taken y dash common, here it is 1. So this is the differential equation of the circle. Okay, so now compare this differential equation with what was given to us. Okay, so p y double dash plus q y dash plus 1 is equals to 0. It was told that the differential equation of the circle is represented by this. So when we are comparing this equation with this equation, okay, so what we are getting, the coefficients of the y double dash, y dash and the constant will be equal in both the equations. So here the coefficient of y double dash is p, and here the coefficient of y double dash is y minus x. So p will be equals to y minus x, and q will be equals to the coefficient of y dash, which is this. Okay, so this is y dash whole square plus y dash, okay, and plus 1. So this is the value of q. Now check the what we have were the options given. So here the first A was telling p is equals to y plus x. Here p is y minus x. Okay, so the first option A is incorrect. The second option B is saying p is equals to y minus x, and we are getting p is equals to y minus x. So here the B option is correct. Okay, now we have to check C and D. Okay, so now I am checking C and D. Okay, so now see how we will check C and D options which are correct from these. Okay, so here what is the given p plus q value is this. So add p plus q from here. We have found out the value of p and q. So p plus q when I will add, so what I will have? First 1 plus 1, okay, and minus x plus y, okay, plus y dash plus y dash plus y dash whole square. So the C option was saying that p plus q is 1 minus x plus y dash plus y dash whole square. We are getting the same thing here. So the option C is correct. Now check the option D. So D is saying that p plus q is equals to x plus y minus y dash whole square. That is not the value of p plus q, because the p plus q value is this. So the option D is incorrect. So what are the which are the options correct? So the correct options are, therefore the correct options are which one? Here B and C. So that is the answer. Okay, so I hope that you must have understood the sum very clearly. Okay, thanks for watching the video. Stay fine. Okay, thanks.